Today I'm here at the University of Bradford Stadium, home to Bradford City FC, for a brand new Around the Ground. I'll be exploring this iconic stadium, taking a look through the club's 119-year-long history, speaking with legendary manager Mark Hughes, and watching the team take on Harrogate Town in the Yorkshire derby. Now, it's freezing cold out here, so let's get inside. Bradford City were formed 119 years ago in 1903. This came after Manningham FC, a local rugby club, switched sport to football and named to Bradford City. Bradford have played here their whole existence, and Manningham used this too, from 1886, whilst they were still a rugby club. Known as the Bantams, Bradford famously won the 1911 FA Cup, and during this run, in the fourth round, they faced Burnley. 39,146 people attended the game here at Valley Parade, which is a club record attendance. The club faced a tragedy in 1985. It was the final day of the season, and the club was celebrating promotion to the second division for the first time in almost 50 years. However, City's triumph was overshadowed by one of the largest tragedies in English football. The main stand caught on fire, and within just 9 minutes, it was fully in flames. 265 people were injured, and 56 people, who are commemorated in this memorial behind me, lost their lives. The club went on to spend £2.6 million to refurbish the ground, with new safety features added to prevent another incident like this. In 1999, Bradford had finished second in Division 1, gaining promotion to the Premier League, the first time they would be in England's top flight in 77 years. In their first season, they pulled off the Great Escape, beating Liverpool 1-0 on the season's final day. However, relegation struck the next season, and that would be the first of 3 drops in the next 7 years. This came alongside being placed into administration twice due to debts worth millions of pounds. In 2013, the club reached the final of the Football League Cup, beating Arsenal, Wigan Athletic and Aston Villa on the way. And later that year, they returned to Wembley, beating Northampton Town in the League Two playoff finals to finally get back up to League One. Unfortunately, this turned out to be false hope. In 2019, they were relegated back down to League Two, and this is where they're still stuck today. However, things have started to change. In February 2022, City announced the appointment of new manager Mark Hughes. The former Manchester United and Barcelona star also played for his national team, Wales. Since retiring, he's managed Premier League sides Manchester City, Southampton and Stoke, amongst others, and took charge of Wales for 5 years between 1999 and 2004. In fact, Bradford is actually the first team and the only team who's managed outside of the top flight. We then took a look inside of the Bradford City Club shop, which was surprisingly large. Alongside the usual merchandise such as football scarves and football shirts, they also had some more unusual pieces of memorabilia usually seen at clubs such as Premier League ones. These included calendars, even aprons, mugs. There was so much in there, you could spend a whole day shopping. Okay, well, I had a meat pie from the press room, which I took with some chips. That was really nice, completely free, 10 out of 10. However, my dad has chosen to eat outside here, and he's gone with the pizza twist. So let's see what this is like. Wow. £3.95.
Ah, pizza. Some twist.
Pizza twist. All in the name. What's it like?
Nice.
Good. Today the club is taking on Yorkshire rivals Harrogate Town. Bradford are currently in 9th place, pushing for the playoffs, whilst Harrogate are in 19th, so the Bantams on paper should be picking up the win. Although they have always struggled in this fixture, winning just one of the last 5 matches between these two teams. And coming into this game, Harrogate are on better form, so could go either way. Let's see what happens. After the players warmed up, and the mascot as well, both teams are finally out onto the pitch, ready to kick off this huge fixture. Over 17,000 fans were in attendance, and you could hear it in the atmosphere. And that support paid off. Barely 1 minute in, Tyreek Wright cut inside and smashed the ball past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 to Bradford. The early goal really set the pace for the game, and Bradford were making some lovely passes, creating some lovely moves, and kept on creating chance after chance. Harrogate hit back as well, and even though it was still really early on in the first half, they were throwing everything at it. Bradford then got themselves a free kick in a dangerous position, and Tyreek Wright put in a really interesting ball. Never came to anything in the end. However, I thought it was quite different from the usual long ball in the air up to the back post, and it was good to see something new. 34 minutes in, Mattock received a yellow card for this heavy challenge on Oliver. As you can see, none of the fans or management staff of Bradford were happy with this one. Two minutes later, Critchlow took a long shot, Pete Jameson parrying the ball into the path of Tyreek Wright, who hits home, thinking that he has his second of the game. However, the linesman puts up his flag for offside. And that was all the action for the first 45, 1-0 to the Bradford City. After the 15-minute break, both teams are back out onto the pitch, ready to kick off the second half. Early on in the second half, a corner is played over to Matty Fouds on the edge of the box. However, his volley flew over the bar. "50 minutes in, Harry Lewis makes a brilliant stop to deny Harrogate's top scorer, Luke Armstrong. Isa and Critchlow then had consecutive shots from distance against the Harrogate keeper. However, both of them were wide of the target. Andy Cook, Bradford City's top scorer, then had a go. However, his shot was just wide of the post. But that didn't matter, as the whistle was blown, and that was full time, 1-0 to Bradford City. Joining me now is the Bantams manager, Mark Hughes.
Yeah, very good. Really pleased with the level of performance we put in. I thought we were excellent from start to finish. Obviously had a great start to the game with the opening goal, and I think probably we changed things around a little bit, changed formation, changed personnel, and I think probably that's caught Harrogate out, I think, in the opening period. I don't think they probably expected us to go the way we did, so we reaped the benefit of that, albeit after 50 seconds you don't expect to score so soon, but grateful for that. And for the most part I thought we were quite comfortable, created chances, had some good performances from guys like Verdane and Levi coming into the side. I thought they were excellent, and they were all backed up by the rest of the lads who improved on their performance from the weekend. So really pleased for them. I thought it was a really good, strong performance. They never really put us under any sustained pressure, and I think that's credit to the lads. We were in a period where we were struggling to obviously create enough chances. I said at the weekend that I wasn't happy with the amount of, we had good possession and a majority of the play, but didn't really create anything in the top end of the pitch. That was different today. I thought we always looked threatening, always looked like we were causing a problem to the opposition back four, and that's because we had movement, we had a little bit of pace, we had obviously the physicality of Verdane as well, and I think that mix obviously caused them problems.
Could you sort of sense a bit of sort of relief mixed with the joy at the after the game?
Yeah, we know that we need to win more games here. That's been holding us back a little bit, but it's another 3 points on the board at Valley Parade. We need to continue in that same vein. We know what we have to do. We've got to replicate clearly the intensity and the work rate and the application today. If we do that, then it'd be very difficult for teams to beat us.
Was there a slight worry that it was still only 1-0 going into those 5
Yeah,
minutes?
you do worry about that. We had a good chance at the end. Cookie shot against across the goal, and Tyreek nearly got on the end of it. Obviously, we'd had the one chalked off. So you do worry, but like I said, they never really put us under sustained pressure. I thought we dealt with most things. They had an opportunity maybe to do make better decisions right at the end when the lad took a shot on when maybe they had an overlook, but apart from that there wasn't anything too concerning. So that's another pleasing aspect of our performance tonight.
As you say, big game on Sunday. I think they're one place below you now on the table. Is it a case of training as normal, or will there be a rest day? Or
they're going to rest tomorrow because it's been a tough period in terms of training and travelling, and so it's the right time just to give them a bit of downtime, and then we'll come together day before and we'll go again. We're looking forward to it. Obviously we've had a good performance tonight, so we want to replicate that if we can. Listen, they're a good group of players. They're desperate to do well for this club, and I think you saw that. There was a little bit of frustration out there as well in terms of recent games. So we've put that to bed. We need to remember the good qualities that we showed today. If we continue in the same vein, then we'll be fine.
Well, that's the end of yet another Around the Ground, and I really hope you have enjoyed watching. I've had a great time here up north and here at Bradford City. Thank you so much to Liam, the media guy here at Bradford, for arranging the whole day. We've had an absolutely fantastic time. I thought the atmosphere was great. It's got such a Premier League atmosphere, such a Premier League energy here at Valley Parade, even though they are unfortunately in League Two. But I'm sure under Mark Hughes, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, from how they played today, they can continue to push on with him, and hopefully they can get back up to that level one day in the near future, but we'll just have to wait and see. Of course, that was their final game of 2022 and my final video of 2022 as well. So thank you everyone for watching the channel over the past year. It's been great. If you did enjoy this video in particular, please make sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Have a great New Year's, and I will see you in 2023. Bye.